To actually talk about my cesarean section experience. It's been a long time I shot a video. I posted on YouTube because I've been on break for a while now. Yeah, because I put to bed like 3 months ago, and I've been trying to put things together, and you know, have my life together a bit. So I'm here to actually talk about my cesarean section experience. Yeah, so I had a very healthy pregnancy. Yeah, I have always wanted to, like have natural birth. But you could plan, and nature plans different, and God plans different. Okay, yeah. So it was quite an experience. In my own experience, I had to be awake for my operation. That is because I had the BP, and I really didn't know I had a BP. I had the last appointment for the day on the fateful day. I and my husband visited the hospital, and when we got there, first, when you go to your doctor's appointment, I don't know about other countries, but over here in the UAE, when you go to the doctor's appointment, the first they check your BP, they check your weight. So they checked my BP first. When I got into the office, the nurse looked at me and she was like, "Oh my God, you're so big. What happened?" And for me, I didn't notice I was big. My husband didn't notice I was big. I was swollen actually, but I didn't kind of read the meaning to it because I felt it comes with pregnancy, So the nurse was like, "Oh my God, you're so big." I'm trying to be careful so she does not wake. Let's check it. Okay, yeah, she's not awake. She's sleeping actually at the sitting room. I didn't put her in the room. So the nurse was like, "Oh, you're so big. Let me check you." And when she checked my BP, it was so high. Yeah, so she took me back to the nurse took me to the doctor, and the doctor that has been attending to me for all my appointment, and she immediately requested for them to take me to the labor room. And I was like, "Really? My last appointment?" And I was what's going on? So she requested for them to take me to the labor room. They did. When I got there, I had different doctors come check me. I don't know if they're doctors or the nurses, because they seem to look alike. They come check me and put their hand in there. It was so painful actually. Then after like four to five of them did that, and they told my husband they wanted to induce me for labor, so I could put to bed immediately, because the baby is healthy, but myself, I have a high BP, and I might not stand a chance if they don't get the baby out in an hour. But my pelvic was very tight. They kept trying, but it was too tight, so they asked for me to go into the theater. Now that was like it down on me actually. Yeah, I was like, so all of this preparation, because I had a very healthy pregnancy. I was very strong. I strolled every evening. In fact, the morning before I came for my last appointment, I cooked. I was very fine, aside the fact that I was having severe headache. Now, if you're pregnant and you're having severe headache out of the normal, like migraines, please do not take it lightly. It could be BP, all right? In my own case, I had severe headache. So that was when it dawned on me, and I'm like, oh my God. So I began to cry. My husband was like, "It's okay, it's fine. Let the will of the Lord be done." I was like, really, I'm gonna be operated? Like, I'm gonna have a cesarean operation after all of this preparation to have a baby natural, and this is happening to me? And I'm like, okay, fine, it's okay. I had to make up my mind and be like, oh, fine. As much as I am, my baby is okay. That's what's important. So they changed me into the hospital, where they took out my clothes, and they put in a pipe, the urinating pipe, so I don't have to get up to go pee. A pipe, it has this itchy hot feeling in there, and immediately I was on my way to the theater. Now I had to be awake for my operation. I had to be awake for my operation because they were scared I might pass out from there. So they administered to me anesthesia behind my back. You know, they had to give me that. I was awake during my operation. Yeah, but they had the cold oxygen, and the other one was the hot air coming in, all fixed on me. The theater don't look that nice anyway. It's scary when you see all of their instruments, or should I say, all of the things they use for the operation. It scares you, and like you feel like, really, are these people really gonna cut me open? I got scared a bit. So they had this other nurse talking good words into my ears, making me understand that it's okay. Before you know it, I'll be done and all of that. So the before I knew it, the operation was over. Actually, yeah. Before I knew it, oh my god, I'm trying to fix this phone and it's not working. Oops. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Just give me a second. Oops. Before I knew it, the operation was over, and the doctor came to me and he was like, your baby is out and she's very beautiful and she's healthy. And I was like, oh, thank you. And they had to sew me back. Yeah, they had to sew me back, and they took me to another ward where they had to administer to me pain relief. So when the anesthesia they administer to me goes down, because that was for me to go numb down there, so I don't get to feel the pain. Yeah, so they had to administer to me like a pain relief. So when when the numb feeling goes off, I don't get to feel much pain from my wound, my operation wound. Yeah. So that was it. And now BP is real. When you're pregnant, is a very serious situation to be in when you're pregnant. I took mine for granted because I wouldn't say I took mine for granted. I would say I kind of thought you swollen and all of that was normal. But if you're pregnant and you're swollen and you press your skin and it's like it's going down, then it's very serious. You need to check with your doctor. I didn't do that. I felt it was normal, right? Maybe because I was not much aware. So I was fine after the operation. I got to see my baby 24 hours after, because she was put in the ICU. She was 37 weeks, yeah. So she was not premature. So she was 37 weeks. She was okay to come out, but I think she would have stayed a bit longer, like maybe come out maybe 39 weeks or 40 if if the BP thing didn't happen, yeah. So I was fine. I got to see my baby after 24 hours, and I was okay. But they said I needed to pass out waste. I needed to pass out waste before they could let me go home, to be sure the operation went right. So, and then after that, the nurses said I needed to say hello. The nurses said I needed to walk for a bit, that if I sit for too long, it was gonna be risky. So I had to walk, I had to walk for a bit. I did, yeah. So that was it, yeah. So I got home 3 days after, because I passed out waste, and they said it's okay for me to go home. I got home three days after. Now another experience happened, and I had a migraine attack where I literally felt like I was gonna run mad, guys. And they rushed me back on emergency to the hospital. And immediately, they said they were gonna put me in the MRN machine so they could detect what is really wrong. They needed to scan my whole body, yeah. I was rushed back to the hospital. They put me in an MRN. I got out of the MRN. I had a seizure attack because I was scared. When I saw the MRN machine, the big one where the whole body goes in, because there's the other one. I actually had to go into the other one because I couldn't withstand the bigger one where the whole body has to be in. It was a bit noisy. I was scared. I felt like I was trapped, like I was in the coffin, and I was having trauma. And then I lashed out, and they brought me out. And they didn't get a result from that. They brought me out, and they took me to my ward. And after a few minutes, I got a seizure attack, and I was rushed to the ICU, and I was on oxygen, and they said that there's a possibility I'll be off for 3 days. And if I don't wake up after 3 days, that is me going into coma. But God being graceful and merciful, I woke up after 24 hours with the whole machine plugged on me. Like my whole chest was, I'm gonna show you a picture of it. My whole chest was machine. And there were needles. The needles for my BP check was in, and then the needle for the drip, I think, was in there. I had everything plugged on me. So that was my experience. I'm sharing my story because I don't know who is pregnant, who might need this information, especially about the BP, and I don't know who had the same experience as mine, and I don't know who might need this story, to pull through. I had that. I came out alive, and I'm grateful to God. My baby is fine. She's about 3 months now, and I'll try as much as I can to post always, as often as I can. Please like and subscribe and comment if you had same experience as mine, or even different experiences from the cesarean operation. Just let me know in the comment section. Thanks guys for listening to my story, and I love you guys. Mwah.